Before we get to our project on the rings on a quilt, Joan Hawley is joining us again to show us some tips and techniques. Hi, Joan, how are you?
Hi, Kay, I'm fine. How are you?
Good. What are we going to see today?
This is one of my favorite zipper techniques, and I use it wherever I can. So let's look at it first, and then we'll see how it's done.
Okay.
And what's so special about this, now here we have a backpack, and the shoulder strap unzips and becomes two shoulder straps.
Neat.
Our technique is going to show us how to put this fabric onto the zipper.
Okay.
Once we learn how to do that, we can use that zipper technique anywhere we want. Here, our floral fabric is attached to the zipper, same as in our backpack design.
Okay.
And finally, on a small purse, here it is with this nice dark fabric calling it out, matching the zipper so it fades into the purse design.
Great idea.
Okay, we call this our No Fear zipper.
So, because you've taken the fear out of it, right?
Well, we have, and you know, zippers are so intimidating, but we found an easy way to put them in. So let's look at just what it is that we're going to be putting together. We have two pieces of fabric. We're going to show you how to fold and press them, and then we're going to stitch them next to the zipper.
Okay.
All right, so let's set that aside, and now I've cut just a little sample so that we can fold it and press it and show everyone how this comes together.
Okay.
So let's
you
go
want
to
me
that.
to press it?
Yes, now let's fold it in half,
Okay.
matching our long edges, and give it a nice good press. Now don't be afraid to use steam on these projects because we aren't working with bias cuts. We aren't doing any complicated piecing. So that's a nice crease. Let's take a look at that and open it up. Now this is super easy. We've built in a landmark to show us where our next step is.
Okay.
We're going to take our long edge and fold it into the center
And then press it?
and then press again.
Okay.
And we're going to do that for both pieces, or both edges of that piece. And by doing so, what we've done is taken all those long raw edges and put them on the inside where no one's going to see them.
Good.
And there is a lot of flexibility with this technique. Here we've cut a 4-inch wide strip of fabric, and we cut it a little bit longer than our zipper, so we have plenty of room to play. By folding it and pressing it twice, and doing as we've done, if you'll fold it one more time.
Okay.
We've ended up with a 1-inch wide, double folded strip cut on the straight of grain.
Okay.
That's what we're going to encase our zipper in. So we're going to make 2 of those, a little bit longer than our zipper. And now let's see how to attach that to our project.
Okay.
So let's set this aside. And here I have some longer ones. And this is already folded and pressed, just as we need. And now what's wonderful about this, again, it's longer than our zipper. We've got some wiggle room. Here, let's lay this out in front of us. Let's see if we can move our bag out of the way. And we're going to ask for a little bit of help from our glue stick.
Okay.
Because we have these tools, we might as well use them, right?
Yep.
Now if we can just start it on the end, we'll just put a little bit on our fabric. And if you have liquid glue or some leftover fusible tape or some spray adhesive, you can use all of that. And we're just going to fold that in there until the fold of our fabric is just a little distance from our zipper teeth.
Okay.
Okay? There's no magic to this. There's no secret equation. And we're going to go ahead and stitch. And what we have set up here on our machine, now I put our walking foot on because later in our project I'm going to use the walking foot, so I didn't want to change halfway through. I set it up for what I need for the whole project, and I'm ready to go. Now we've moved our needle position all the way over to the right. We're using a little bit hardier needle. I think this is a 90.
Okay.
And standard thread for piecing or top stitching. And what we're going to do is run the edge of our presser foot against the ridge of our zipper teeth.
Oh, okay.
And that's going to give us a nice guide for sewing. And we're going to do this for the whole length of our zipper. And because we put that little bit of glue in there, it held our pieces together as we got started. And this is as easy as could be. Now you can use this technique anywhere. Now we have one more little secret here. We're going to stop part of the way through. We're going to put our needle in the down position. And if you don't have that function, just Turn the handle until your foot comes, or your needle comes down. And we're going to go ahead and unzip our zipper, and we want to get the bulk of the zipper pull past the needle.
Okay.
Because if you've ever stitched past one of those, it just isn't much fun, and it's going to leave a little warble to your stitches. So give it a little tug and get it past the presser foot. Line everything back up. Put your presser foot back down and continue stitching. And there we go. You can use this on any length of zipper. On our backpack, we continued the fabric strip a few extra inches because that is actually our shoulder strap. And
Okay.
our zipper wasn't as long as we needed. So here we go. We have this nicely stitched. Let me zip this so we can see it. Look how nice and even those stitches are.
All right.
So anyone can do this. Now adding the second piece is just as easy as getting started with the first. Now I like that glue stick, that worked out nice. So go ahead and add whatever adhesive it is that you're working with. We'll go ahead and put the zipper tape right on top of our project, and we're ready to sew.
Okay, are you lining up plaids? Is that a good idea?
You certainly can.
Okay.
And we have enough fabric that we can do that. And we're going to stitch this just like we did before. And to get started, I'm going to bring it over to the machine and do any final adjustments. There, we've lined up our plaid across the zipper. That looks fabulous. And then we're going to pull our zipper out just a little bit so it matches as it does on the other side. We haven't made any other adjustments to our machine. We're still working with the same presser foot, the same stitch, the same needle. Now once we get started, we're going to stop and do what we did before. Put your needle in the down position. We're going to go ahead and zip the zipper to get that zipper pull past the presser foot, and then continue stitching. And we can just work this as we go, lining it up a little bit at a time, remembering the whole way to use the ridge of our zipper teeth against the edge of our presser foot. And when we're done, we can top stitch this right onto the top edge of a bag. We can sew the ends into the seams of a project and they finish nicely. And let's take this off the machine and let me show you a quick little tip for how to finish the ends.
Okay.
There we go. This is great. Here it's nice and clean and finished, looks fabulous. I'm just going to trim the fabric even with the end of the zipper.
Okay.
And if you'll grab that black bag, I'll show you what we're going to do. Right here on the end of our bag, we have our zipper that ends and then folds under, and I'm going to show you how we did that. So we're going to top stitch this to the top edge of the bag. We're going to fold it over and then fold it under, and we've got a nice clean finish for our zipper.
And you just stitch across there.
You can just do a little tack stitch there,
Okay.
and then out here where we have room to work, we can top stitch it to the edge of a bag.
Great idea.
And that's all there is to it. That's a no-fear way of installing a zipper in almost any kind of project.
Good. I can see it on the back of a pillow.
Or the front of a jacket.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Lots of uses.
Sounds good. All right. Let's take a look again how you separated this into the two pieces because of the zipper. I think that's really unique.
It's a really nice way to add a shoulder strap. And remember, our zipper stops here. We continued the fabric strip longer, sewed it into the project ends, and you can zip it for one bag or strap or unzip it for two.
Thank you so much, Joan, for sharing these techniques with my viewers.